Cynthia really thought that Joe Biden, who had a presidential election to go and try to win, was trying to go meet up with them for dinner. Girl, let's talk about this episode. So the episode opens up and we see Kandi and Riley. They're in the kitchen and they're preparing for Riley to go off to college. And then apparently Riley, at 17 years old, does not know how to clean. So now Kandi and Mama Joyce and even little Ace, they're trying to teach her how to scrub a tub and clean the bathroom. And this scene, I mean, I was just so disgusted because it doesn't matter how much money you have, you should still equip your children with basic knowledge of things. God forbid something happens tomorrow and Kandi doesn't have money. Riley's going to go off to live by herself. Forget even that. One day she has to basically run a household on her own. She's going to get married and have kids herself. She doesn't know how to clean. I'm guessing she probably don't know how to cook either. So who's going to be there doing all these things for her? So now she's taking her nasty habits to college, and she's going to be that terrible roommate that don't know how to clean, whose stuff is going to be all messy. And I'm talking from experience because I had a pretty horrible roommate in college. Oh shit, she follows it.
Bruh, keep going.
Yeah, I was just disgusted by this scene, this situation. That's unacceptable. Riley, like, you and that nose. Yeah, Riley, you and that nose, you should be ashamed of yourself because that's something you should definitely know. So, moving along, we see Cynthia at a lingerie shop or whatever, and she's supposed to be meeting Kenya there, and Latoya shows up. Latoya shows up first, and Cynthia is just like, I'm not sure how I feel about this whole butt buddy thing that Toya and Kenya have going on. And I mean, I would be a little annoyed too if I want to spend time with my friend and there's this third person who's always just inserting themselves into the situation like, hello, can I have some one-on-one time with my friend? So yeah, so while they're there waiting on Kenya, Toya tells Cynthia about her visit to Kenya's house and the photo shoot she did and all that good stuff. And then Kenya finally arrives and meets up with the girls. And Toya talks about this picture that Kenya has sent her. Toya talks about this picture that Kenya has sent her. And Cynthia's like, hold up, wait now. Y'all can be having secrets. I want to see the picture too. So we see the picture and it's like a naked picture of Kenya. And I'm just like, ew, why is Kenya sending her friend a naked picture of herself? And not even her friend, someone she just recently met. Like, why are you sending her a naked picture? And then Kenya's butt is just, yeah, the butt to thigh ratio is just not there. Kenya needs to go and either gain more weight so her thigh matches the fake butt or like take some of that booty out because it does not look correct. So the girls proceed to talk about Kenya not being at Porsha's party, and Cynthia's like, well, it's Porsha's home and you know houses are deal breakers, but you know Kenya's not trying to hear it. So then Cynthia, this part having cracking up, Cynthia calls Kandi to find out about, you know, the all-white party that Kandi's supposed to be hosting because they have no idea like what's the dress code, what's the party for, and they're just trying to get more deets about the event. So Cynthia is just really clueless, and in like a text exchange with Porsha, somehow she thinks Joe Biden is coming to the dinner. And I'm just like, girl, why the hell would Joe Biden be leaving his important job, trying to get elected as president to come and have dinner with you housewives? So that was just like hilarious to me. And then the ladies go and try on some nice lingerie, and Kenya's butt again is just like, but Cynthia had that natural, nice, thick, juicy body going on. I was like, yes, Cynthia, go girl. Cynthia is killing the girls even at what, 52, I think? So we're now at Porsha's house, and she's in the kitchen making a salad, and then we see her mom, Miss Diane, and her sister, Lauren, are both there. And Lauren brings these hot dogs, and Portia's like, don't be bringing the competitors' hot dogs in here. I mean, me and Dennis not together, but he's still my baby daddy, and when he went, we all win, okay? So that was funny to me. And then we see them go into her living room and they started to discuss about this book that Porsha's writing called The Pursuit of Porsha. And they basically talk about her parents' divorce. And then I learned that Porsha and Lauren are half sisters. I did not know that. I didn't know that they only share a dad and that Miss Diane was not Lauren's mom as well. So that was interesting. And then they talked about how when their parents got a divorce, you know, Portia's dad was living with Lauren and her mom full time versus Porsha living with her mom. And then Porsha only see her dad on like the weekends. So Lauren got like a lot of time from their dad and she didn't. So, you know, she also talked about her dad dying when she was basically 17, going into her dating years. She didn't have her dad around to have to like tell her about men and relationships, and that basically led her to abusive situations. So and then she talks about Dennis and how, you know, the whole Dennis situation, her getting pregnant with her daughter Pilar, it wasn't a mistake because when she learned that, you know, he had his own house, his own business, how he wanted marriage, he really liked her, he was into her, he thought she was beautiful, and it was like, yes, child, pregnant me now. That's how she was. And I mean, I'm not mad at Porsha because nowadays a female was sleeping with a guy for less, and I feel like if you're going to lay down with someone, you need to be sure that they're going to be able to support you and any potential children that you might have from that situation. Yes, there's, I mean, a lot of the qualities you want a man to have, but if you're going to have a child with someone, make sure that person is able to take care of the responsibilities of the children. So I'm not mad at Porsha. Then, you know, Porsha gets emotional, like I said, about, you know, her dad not being around and all that stuff. And then I kind of get why she kept getting back together with Dennis, because her dad was never around. So she wanted her daughter to be in like a 2-parent household because she didn't have that growing up. Because I'm always like, why Porsha keep getting back together with this dude? And I mean, yes, sometimes you want your child to have both parents around, but there's certain situations where the children are better off just being with one parent, because it's better to be with one parent where they're loved and going from house to house to being in a house where the parents are like faking the funk, just trying to be together because they don't want to get a divorce because the child, and children can sense that. Like, you don't want your child growing up thinking like, oh yeah, to like love someone you have to be miserable or such and such. So yeah, but now I can see why Porsha is the way she is. So moving along, it's the day of the engagement dinner, and Kenya shows up at the venue, and the decor of the venue was really nice. It definitely stuck with the whole chill theme. You know, they had the whole wintry cold vibe going on. There was like snowflakes hanging. There was like even like snowflakes in the plates and stuff like that. It was really cute. It definitely stuck with the theme. So the rest of the ladies are getting ready. We see Kandi's getting ready, but she's still asking about her dress being tailored. So I'm like, oh gosh, she's definitely gonna be late. We see Porsha calls Cynthia on FaceTime, and Cynthia is really like, Joe Biden is going to be there. So she and Mike are like, oh, we should have gotten a car service. We should have done this and that. If we had knew, you know, it was going to be like a whole presidential thing. And I'm just cracking up. I'm like, she really thinks Joe Biden is going to be at this dinner. So we're back at the venue, and Kenya is like a little anxious because the snow apparently is not enough, and the ice sculpture is like melting a little bit. And then now we see like a little countdown on the side to when Cynthia and Mike is supposed to arrive, and literally all the ladies are still at home. But the only one to show up on time, I think, was Tanya. Yeah, Tanya showed up, and then a little bit after that, Kandi showed up. And literally, I think like a few minutes right before, a few minutes after Kandi shows up, then Cynthia and Mike comes. And it was so funny because Cynthia and Mike comes, right, and she's like looking like, what's going on here? What's happening? Like, hello, do you not see the big ice sculpture with the chill hashtag? So then finally they get it and they're like, oh my god, holy shit! Like, they're super excited, you know, they're happy. And Cynthia's still like, so Joe Biden not here? Hello, Joe Biden, where you at? You in the bathroom, Joe? Like, girl, no, Joe not there. Joe not there. So Cynthia and Mike, they're happy to see everybody. And then we see Mike and Todd chatting it up. And Mike's basically telling Todd, like, oh yeah, we see you and Kandi as a couple goals. And I'm just like, alright, sure. And then we see Cynthia and Kenya are talking. And then Cynthia, of course, asks Kenya to be a bridesmaid. And then you would have thought she freaking asked Kenya to be the maid of honor the way Kenya was carrying on. It was a tad bit too much. So then Marlo shows up 24 minutes late. And we see Kandi on the mic. Child, Kandi was singing that song in tune, flat. I want to chill with you. I was like, Kandi, girl, what happened? So yeah, and then Cynthia asked Kandi to be another bridesmaid. Of course, she's excited. She accepts. And then we see Kenya is back on the mic giving a speech. And then right as she's giving a speech, Porsha arrives. Now, this is a pet peeve of mine and a pet peeve of my producers. I feel like when somebody invites you to something, especially if it's going to be a surprise, you should at least try to show up on time. Showing up 52 minutes late to something that's a surprise is hella disrespectful. Because the surprise already happened, and then you walk in when someone's speaking, and then you proceed to like start hugging everybody, and they're telling, "Oh, your hair is so nice," and "Oh, thank you," and you're making all these like ruckus, and the people that are at the event, they can't even hear the person that's giving the speech. So yes, as much as I dislike Kenya, I did feel like what Porsha did was hella disrespectful. But anyway, so yeah, Kandi comes back on the mic. No. Then Kenya starts to sing, and then Kenya comes in like, girl, no, I got this. But, I mean, it's not like it was any better. And she comes back with the whole song, I just want to chill with you. And then Porsha joins her, and it's just like a key, and Portia's being like loud and obnoxious, like, Netflix and chill. I want to chill. It was cute. And then the chef comes out and introduces the food. And then we learn that the first course of the meal is vegan. And then Porsha tells us how, like, going vegan has improved her sex life. And I'm just like, oh, really, girl? I got to look into that. But LaToya shows up 1 hour and 22 minutes late. So now Kenya was mad at Porsha for showing up late. But your whole butt buddy showed up 1 hour and 22 minutes late to your event, and it wasn't even like a big fuss. So Toya sits down and then proceeds to bring up Kenya's sexy photo from the other day, and then takes her phone out and shows the whole table the photo. And I'm just like, these people don't got no type of home training. Like, this is not the time for you to be showing naked pictures of one of your friends in mixed company. Like, it wasn't like the girls were out, were drinking, and then you're showing the table. There were people's husbands and partners there, and she's just like, oh yeah, this is Kenya here. See Kenya her fake booty. Like, why? And then LaToya goes, Kenya body is goals. And then Marlo Shady behind is like, oh, you gonna get your butt done too? And all I could think about was, girl, if you're going to get your butt done, do not go to Kenya's doctor because her booty do not look good, okay? So Toya's like, wait, huh? And my butt done. And then Kenya's like, girl, shut up. So then the camera pans, and then we see, like, Todd is watching the game on his phone. And Mike's like, yo, man, what's the score? And I think he was like, oh, yeah, they're up by 4. And at this point, the women are just, like, chattering, and they're, like, talking over each other. And Kandi's just trying to stop the mess, like, before it could get, like, really serious or whatever. Then Kenya, out of nowhere, this whole bi-curious thing that Kenya has going on, I don't know if she's just doing it for more camera time for the show, but I don't like it. I don't like it. But anyway, she goes, there's about 3 ladies at this table that could get it. So apparently Kandi is one. And she said it would be like the best sex she never had. And then Kandi's like, girl, me and Todd are a package deal, and we ain't featuring you like that. But yeah, you can tell Kandi was just like, yeah, nah, girl, we ain't inviting you down to the dungeon, though. And of course, Toya is one, and then Cynthia is the third. And I'm just like, so then Kenya asks Porsha if she got the gift that she sent for her daughter. And Portia's like, oh yeah, like it was very thoughtful. Thank you. And then Kenya, of course, couldn't just leave it be, couldn't just take the thank you. And, freaking no, she was like, oh, well, it would have been nice if I could present it to you myself. But you couldn't because you don't know how to act. So then Portia's like, well, it was a surprise party. And then Kenya's not trying to hear that. And she's like, well, this was a surprise party. But Kenya, you planned this surprise party for Cynthia. Porsha didn't plan her party. Her sister planned the party. And like Porsha said, her sister did not know that you and her were cool because apparently nobody knows if you guys are good today, not good tomorrow. So to prevent all that, her sister did not want you and your negative ass energy at the party. Get over it. So the party kicks back up and they're dancing and singing on the mic. Cynthia then thanks Kenya and Kandi for planning the event. And of course, Kenya has to be shady. Like, oh yeah, some of us are, in the wedding and some of us are just guests to the wedding. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody care. Now we're back at Kandi's house and I think it's moving day for Riley. She's packing up a whole bunch of clothes apparently. I don't know where she's gonna go put it up because if she's seeing those dorm rooms, they're not that big, especially freshman year dorms, unless she has an apartment. But she's packing all these clothes and hasn't packed her books. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need you to ship my books to me. Shouldn't that have been the first thing that was in the van before all these clothes start to go? I hope Kandi ain't gonna waste all that money to NYU, child. So Kandi's really sad to see her baby go, and it's just crazy how, we've literally seen Riley on the show since she was, 8, 9? And now she's off to college. And Ace, her little brother, is just so sad. He's like, I want to go with Riley. And then Kandi's like, you can't go with Riley. She's going to school. And he's like, but I want to go. I have to help her clean. It was just the cutest. And then, of course, they're like, let's take a picture. And then production rolls back a bunch of clips of Riley from her time on the show. And it was just really nice and cute and sad. So, we see them get in the car, and then they're on their way to drive Riley to NYC, and that's how the episode ends. So, so tonight's episode was alright. There wasn't anything, like, super fantastic or exciting, but it was alright. So, that was our episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share my video. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Let me know what you thought about the ladies' fashions at the all-white party. There was some good looks. So, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next time. Bye.